The Mona Lisa's enigmatic expression has enchanted people for centuries. Was she hiding a secret behind that mysterious grin? Was there more to her story than met the eye? The world may never know. More than 500 years after Leonardo completed his masterpiece, a Mona Lisa with a lesser-known smirk made her public debut. On June 22, 2018, Monalisa Perez did something so unthinkable that she's become persona non grata to many in her own community. Mona Lisa has paid her debt to society, but opinions are polarized on whether or not she has redeemed herself, either in time served or her public life after prison. One side would paint her with a broad brush, completely glossing over the impact this has had on her life. For them, there is no forgiveness, only a permanent stain on her canvas. Those with an opposite point of view say there are nuances to consider before and after the tragic incident that changed her life. Of course, they realize Mona Lisa can't simply cover up the ugly smudges of the past, but she can render her future in any medium she chooses. If she has illustrated some remorse, then the only picture that matters is the one still being drawn. This is what happened when Mona Lisa made the worst decision of her young life. And this is absolutely criminal. Would you want to be judged by the worst mistake you made in your 19th year of life? What if that error in judgment were so egregious that it ended another person's life, the father of your children? Should you be forgiven, and would you expect that forgiveness on social media? In 2017, 19-year-old Mona Lisa lived in Minnesota with her boyfriend, Pedro Ruiz, age 22. They had started a vlog-style YouTube channel they described as the real life of a young couple who happened to be teen parents. They documented their daily lives with their 3-year-old girl, and she was 7 months pregnant with their second child. Pedro felt he had to do something really sensational to get them noticed in an overcrowded and underwhelming genre. He decided to start a new YouTube channel called Damn It Boy, which would feature exciting, death-defying demonstrations.
What's up, everybody? It's Damn It Boy. Why did I choose that name? Well, everything I'm going to be showing you guys on my channel, you guys are going to be saying, Damn It Boy.
Unfortunately, the first stunt he had planned was about as well thought out as the monologue that preceded it.
I hope I capture all my audience like that. I hope that with everything I do, you guys can just be hooked on everything I do and just watch until I fail. There's limited challenges. I do a lot of challenges. And I do them until I only do challenges because they're just fun.
He asked Mona Lisa, who was pregnant with their second child, to assist him in a stunt that was sure to go viral. He owned a .50 caliber Desert Eagle that was clad in gold. The powerful firearm is visually impressive and packs a punch matched by few other weapons. You've undoubtedly seen the Desert Eagle in films like 2002's Goldmember and video games like Grand Theft Auto 5. Also affectionately known to shooters as the Deagle, the gun has loyal fans and is popular on YouTube. If either of them had done a cursory search on their own platform, they might have seen one of the demonstrations of its devastating blast. Here, the projectile can be seen easily penetrating straight through this long block of ballistics gel, meant to roughly simulate a human body. There are even videos that clearly depict bullets fired from the gun, easily puncturing reams of paper. Pedro never had a chance. Yet there he was, describing to the camera in detail how he was about to die. His only subscribers were earned posthumously, and for all the wrong reasons.
There's a lot of things I like doing in life that are just crazy. While everyone else is like, what? He did that? I can't believe he did that. How he is so crazy. Who's Pedro? Who's Pedro? Who's this Pedro? Is that the Pedro across the border? Well, yes, I am across the border. But I only look illegal. I'm not here illegally.
Pedro had purchased the gun, which is no small expense, with one thing in mind. It was a spectacular stunt that he hoped would tickle the old algorithm and go viral on YouTube. Relentlessly for a month and a half, Pedro pleaded with Monalisa to be his assistant. All she had to do was point the gold-plated hand cannon at his chest and pull the trigger. But he'd be fine, he said, because in front of his chest, he'd be holding a hardcover encyclopedia. And if things went awry, at least he was right with Jesus.
So if I'm gonna die, I'm pretty much ready to go to heaven right now. If I die, I'll be ready for Jesus. He probably won't accept me into the pearly gates because how stupid this is.
This would be the video that propelled them into the stratosphere. But just minutes after uttering these prophetic last words, their skies would fall. On a beautiful sunny day in June of 2017, Monalisa finally gave in and presented the garish gun atop a red velvet pillow like some item up for bids on The Price is Right.
It's beautiful. His and her watches.
Pedro made a meandering introduction, appearing uncomfortable on camera and very nervous.
Every week, I'm going to be bringing you guys new videos, crazy videos. I don't have much money, but it takes money to do the crazy stuff that I want to do. Crazy stuff. I love doing crazy stuff just so you don't have to. And with that said, I can't believe I'm doing this. Let's start with our first video.
He said he lived for the adrenaline rush, and it was obvious his blood was already pumping.
I don't want to talk about dying. I want to talk about bringing you guys fun, adrenaline pumping, crazy videos. Every week, I want to be doing something crazy. A lot of my friends come back to me and be like, Pedro, you are crazy, man. I can't believe it.
The time had come.
Okay. This is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. The cool thing about this is it's tiger stripes. When you see a 50 caliber handgun, you're thinking, damn. What's crazy is this 300 grain 50 caliber bullet. The point of this video is I really just want to see if a 50 caliber bullet can go through a book. I'm going to stand behind it, and Monalisa is going to shoot it. the most trustworthy person that I trust in this world is my girlfriend.
When Monalisa pulled that trigger, the bullet that blasted from the barrel pierced first through the book, then into his racing heart.
Well, the Norman County attorney denied releasing video of the single shot that killed Ruiz, calling it offensive to common sensibilities. A transcript of the audio reveals her hesitation. "Babe, I'm not doing this. I can't. If I kill you, what's going to happen to my life? Like, no, this isn't okay. As long as you hit the book, you'll be fine," Ruiz says. These pictures show she did, standing an arm's length away.
His needless demise was all captured in high definition from 2 angles, all to chase clout, achieve fame, and garner likes. We are already out of adjectives trying to describe their dreadful decisions, and it gets much worse. Police say the couple's toddler was present at the scene of her father's death. Upon the video's release to the public following her sentencing, authorities decided to redact footage of the actual shooting. It was described by police as horrific. We're really trying to walk a fine line here between excoriating a couple of adults and forgiving a couple of kids. Putting the guilt on either one of them could be seen as blaming a victim, yet it seems pretty clear they were both old enough to know better. For the sake of their children, pending and present, perhaps there is no clear line here, but the public certainly seems divided. Dozens of subreddits are devoted to the case, which was also being played out on Facebook pages, YouTube true crime channels, and the mainstream media. Monalisa Perez reached a plea deal of second-degree manslaughter, for which she was sentenced to 180 days in jail. She would also be banned for life from possessing a firearm, and she was not allowed to sell her story. But this was not the end of the story. Far from it. Find out what happens next. But first, what do you think? Who was more to blame for this incident taking place? Pedro or Monalisa? Maybe they were equally responsible. Share your opinion with us below in the comments. If you're enjoying Absolutely Criminal and would like to see more, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Absolutely Criminal is honored and excited to appear on Crime and Justice by Mentor Lawyer. We will have access to his raw materials and information that will improve the quality of our show, and we have some big plans in store for you. When they locked Monalisa behind bars, she served her time, and time went on for the rest of the world, which largely forgot about her. Her post-release life wouldn't have been easy, but she probably could have gone back to a relatively quiet life with her 2 children. But then she did something controversial. She was back with an all-new channel for a reinvented Monalisa Perez. I guess that could come off as pretty questionable and might upset a lot of people, but surely she would address the situation, bid RIP to her late beau, and move forward from there, right? Well, not exactly. Her first video and reintroduction to the world was entitled New Chapter, Conversations with Mona. It contained neither a conversation nor a clear explanation for what was ahead. The title even hints at some self-awareness or a determination to change. It turned out to be neither of those. For 8.5 minutes, she neither once addressed the enormous elephant she somehow stuffed in that tiny little room. It's like a theater actor accidentally dropping or knocking over a prop on stage. A good director will tell their actors that if this happens to them, simply pick it up and move on. Otherwise, the audience will be fixated on that flopping prop, and they won't hear a word you say until it's dealt with. With Monalisa, Our expectations as an audience were simply not met. So should someone be judged by the one very worst choice of their teens? It's our opinion. While you shouldn't be defined by one bad decision in your life, some bad decisions will define your life for you. It appears, at least for now, Monalisa is defined by that one squeeze of the trigger.
We found